Nyarji Chimbo, so the Nimisha, son in Molam, Chimbo Abjada, Pakartanga, Santo Shirmado, Tumba, Tuji, Janla, Kipshansar. Asha woman, Chuje, Anji, Podran, Artism, Sanji, Kanjango, and Ransom, Jurgo, Wansum, Tonza, Savilla, Namla, Gupshansar. Hi. Okay. Why are you here? Interdependent origin. Because I'm here because you're here, right? I think you are come here looking for a peace of mind, freedom of mind, right? Peace of mind. I think you have two goals. One is learning something from my teaching. And then the other one is practice, right? Practice, so that you will see the benefits of meditation, which is peace of mind. I think very important. Peace of mind is very important. So I will tell you some positive experience if you continue to practice. Today, usually we're talking about our life, right? Our lives. And when we talk about our lives, most time we're talking about negative experience, and these afflictions and negative emotions, So sometimes it is very nice to hear that the benefit of meditation and these positive experiences, so that you will see and kind of inspires you, and I want to meditate because of this. Always talking negative, then maybe it's so difficult to change our minds or whatever. But sometimes that's why I think people really need to hear that the benefit of meditation and the positive experience if you continue to practice, But, at very first when people practice, some people don't really notice anything, like there is no positive experience in their mind, and don't really know that the benefit of meditation. It seems nothing is really happening, when you meditate. And also, the very beginning, people cannot keep their mind in one place for more than a few moments, right? And then wander away. And amount of kind of discursive thought is, you feel, increase, your thoughts increase when you sit down and meditate, and then you will see. And sometimes people feel, lots of thoughts. It's difficult And this, you can see and you can feel that discursive thoughts coming and going, one thought after another, and then we follow our thoughts all the time, right? And then we never have sort of experienced the peace of mind because of these thoughts. I think people really, some people don't like to follow their thoughts, I think, but they can't control. Some people like to think in and follow the thoughts. But the Buddhist point of view, that's kind of main obstacle when you meditate. So that's why I think when you meditate, you should not worry this discursive thought at all, because this kind of nature, and if you continue to practice and then you will find and experience the peace of mind. So that's and also if you do this, continue to practice, then you will begin to know the difference between distraction and non-distraction. If you practice continue, then this non-distraction will become stronger and stronger. As you continue your practice, you will pass through the first, we call the middle stage of stability. If you to continue, and you will again continue to practice, then you will reach the final stage of stability, which is called stability, like an ocean, like a sky. It's profound. It's vast. It's at this stage, discursive thoughts either do not arise, or if they do, they immediately dissolve sort of without effort. And actually, the final realization of the practice, according to the sutra teachings, is that you can place your mind on whatever you want, and the mind will stay there without any distraction whatsoever, without any sort of discursive thoughts whatsoever, for as long as you want it to stay there. That's the kind of final, especially according to shamatha practice. They talk about that. And also, if you really work at your meditation practice continue, then there are some positive types of kind of we call temporary experience will definitely happen to you if you practice continue. Take time, but if you really not stop your practice and continue, and eventually you will experience this positive sort of temporary experiences. So this we call positive experience will come because of you continue practice, and there are many positive experiences you will see, you will experience if you do continue practice. But usually there are three types of positive temporary experience, we call it. And this positive experience mentioned in the teachings of sutras in tantras, these are the first is bliss, clarity, and no thought. That's what we call three positive temporary experience if you practice continue. So the first, the positive temporary experience is we call bliss. With this, what you feel, what you experience, the body has sort of feeling through of great comfort and ease, and the mind likewise will be very, very ease and comfortable. At first, this is a feeling of sort of comfort or ease, and that can turn into feeling of great pleasure and bliss. If you keep working at this particular type of experience and try to develop it more, what will happen is the bliss aspect will continue to increase more and more. And that will get strong at some point. It is possible then that even though you do something which normally cause pain or suffering, but that will cause bliss and pleasure instead. That you experience. That's what we call it, the first positive experience, bliss, which means your body and mind very comfortable, and as much as you want to stay or meditate without any thought, without any, uncomfortable. That's happened. And then second temporary experience is we call clarity. It means that the mind has relaxed totally, but it's not only relaxed, it has a great deal of clarity. With this, everything, what is going on, everything. When this particular temporary experience of clarity becomes stronger, if you do practice continue, you will sometimes know other people's minds, what they are thinking, because you will actually have the sort of higher perception of knowing what other people are thinking. And sometimes you know that what will happen in the future, this person and that person, or whole world. That's what we call clarity. It's experience, but it's very positive experience because you continue to meditate and try to sort of, destroy and diminish your negative thoughts and negative emotions, then very close to sort of the reality, you will see the nature of the clarity. And the third temporary experience called no thought experience. Bliss, clarity, and no thought. In Tibet, we call it de sarmartok. De means bliss, and very pleasure with your body and mind. Right now, you see, even like meditate 5 minutes, 20 minutes, we have difficult, right? Oh, my legs sore. My body is difficult. Oh, my mind, there are lots of thought. but we can change that into bliss and pleasure. And then sarva means clarity. You can see, you can understand what is going on. Yourself and others, whole world. And then mrtokpa means no thought. It is also possible to have what is called empty experience. We call this empty experience. In this case, sort of on your side, the solidity of the body starts to sort of disappear. No thought, right? This experience, when you get this experience, you will see, oh, when you meditate, you can't feel that you have a body. Kind of disappear on your side. You just feel it's not there. And on the outside, the solidity of the environment around you just starts to sort of disappear too, you know. As that temporary experience develops, then things can become very transparent. It could be, you know, that there is no particular obstruction to your body any longer. For example, at this point, if you experience no thought, this point, for example, walls might become sort of transparent to you so that you can see things through it. This experience is connected with no thought experience. You know, everything, your body, your around the environment, everything you can sort of experience like, you know, clear and empty space. And continue your meditation would develop this experience. So at this point, the practitioner should be able to handle all types of circumstance, both good and bad, easily. The obstacles that arise from both good and bad circumstance should never sort of control this practitioner. For example, you know, we call the Dzogchen practitioner, the great practitioner, should be ready to deal with any circumstances. That's actually the final result or the liberation. You know, I mentioned this prayer many times. Maybe you know, as Samanta Batra's prayer says, even if the three realms were destroyed by themselves, the Dzogchen practitioner does not even have little fear. And they don't have any, why? Because they don't have any attachment towards the objects of the five senses. So the Dzogchen practitioner can't be bothered by any circumstance, whether they're good or bad. Their view like a mountain, like a sky, like an ocean. The Dzogchen practitioner should not be moved by circumstance around it. Are you looking for that? It takes time. I mean, those, you know, these temporary positive experience, this is not, these three, usually, you know, when you practice, there are many experiences, good and bad experience you will see arise in your meditation, right? But these three that mentioned in sutras, tantras, and teaching, bliss, clarity, and no thought, these are big sort of positive experience, huge. Almost people, if you're really a good practitioner, you practice a lot, you will experience this. Almost for sure. However, these three positive temporary experiences are not final realization though. They're just, that's why they call only temporary experience, because, if you look into them, these temporary experiences are not a big sort of consequence. But these are very good signs, good sign, good experience. Therefore, the teachers always tells us that, it's very important not to be attached to them when we have this experience. It looks really wonderful, right? You can see, for example, when I look at you, all of you, I can see what you're thinking, right? I can read your mind, and sometimes, this practitioner can see outside what is going on there, and it's your body and your mind, pleasure, bliss. There's no pain, for no suffering at all. That's why this Dzogchen practitioner wants, practice all the time, whole day, no problem, because they're no difficult at all. It's easy to practice, and bliss and pleasure. But then if you attach it to them, that's big obstacle. Oh, you think, oh, I'm very high now. I'm a wonderful practitioner. I'm almost there. And then some people also, the most time, what the practitioner problem is, if they attach to them, this experience, and then I tell you, okay, you have this problem in the future. You have to do this and that. They can say that things, it's really true, it will happen. And then also sometimes they make lots of, things, lots of money or fame, all these things. That's very obstacle. Because now you have a sort of capacity to, tell people that, what will happen. And people really don't understand. People think that, oh, you are like a bodhisattva, you are like a Buddha. I mean, I'm sure you're a bodhisattva, but not yet Buddha. So then you cannot develop your practice anymore if you attach to them because of this obstacle. So people, the teachers always say, when you practice, especially like, Dzogchen practice, you will experience this for sure, but not attached to them. That's the difficult part, So how not to attach to them? When they come, this experience, when they come, let them come, right? But do not sort of take them as the things that you should develop further, Whenever, like, for example, in the summertime when we go to a garden and, very beautiful flowers and all of that, and then you just enjoy, oh, it's very nice, beautiful. But if you attach to them, then you have worry. And the next time, oh, this something problem here, this flower, and then you a little bit, there is an obstacle. But you just enjoy and kind of, without attachment, then wonderful. It's nothing. Then you can develop and continue to practice and develop more and more. So this is sometimes that happens, this experience, not always. That's why temporary experience, right? I don't know you have that experience yet, but if you to practice, continue enough your practice, you will. But very important, do not think that you're special, or do not think that you got enlightenment or something. And never do that. Try to make money from your experience. Very big thing, big obstacle. My teacher always, he always sees these kind of things. This experience not that big deal for him. My teacher is really bodhisattva, but usually he shows us, he knows nothing in the future, It's just he shows us same, regular people, But sometimes he didn't say directly, but indirectly, you should be careful with this kind of in the future, something. It will really happen if you investigate. So this is very nice. It's very positive experience, Then you want just more practice and to continue develop your capacity. According to Buddhism, this experience is not that big deal, okay? You have to, when you have this experience, that doesn't mean your meditation is really correct. So how you know your meditation is correct is you have to investigate yourself how much you have compassion towards others and how much you develop your wisdom. Those two, that's the only, if you develop this wisdom and compassion, then your meditation, no matter what, is right, it's correct. Without these two, then you can see or you can do whatever magic things. It's something, a really big obstacle for meditation. You have to be careful. So always check, and investigate whether you have compassion or not. So anyway, so that kind of, just let you know, if you practice, I think many people really practice every day, like 2-3 hours every day. That's a lot. It's wonderful. It's very nice. I know many people do that. It's very nice. Then you will see this experience. That's good sign, but don't really attach to them. Many people don't have this experience, even not really meditate. It's very difficult to meditate without thoughts for a few minutes, right? But that's fine. So we need to meditate. That's the only way to develop the wisdom and compassion and our capacity. In our day-to-day experience, we will very often blame this on external sort of circumstances. When we find ourselves in a difficult circumstance, and it therefore makes us sort of unhappy and disturbs a lot, because we allow actually ourselves to be controlled by the sort of mental afflictions, what you call attachment, anger, and jealousy, of course, ignorance. Because we actually always welcome, right, these sort of mental negative thoughts, mental afflictions. The meaning of mental afflictions is something that causes a lot of problems, and it destroy our mental happiness and peace. That's for sure. It's clear. When we have a strong attachment, anger, jealousy, there is no experience, peace of mind. There's no peace, no happiness. That's for sure. That's why we call it affliction. Nyunmung in Tibet, nyunmung, which means as soon as they arise, it causes you problem and suffering. That's why we need to reduce them through our practice. Because if these are not the nature, right? Not the nature. It's temporary obstacles, we call it temporary obstacles. That's why we can change. But usually the journey of, liberation is really always up and down, up and down, up and down. Because our meditation is up and down, right? Sometimes with a sort of clear and very good and, meditation. Sometimes, with a big obstacles, Also for the beginners, there's sometimes an experience of fear as they approach because it sort of contact the empty part of the mind. I know that. But this kind of, experience of fear is sometimes good because it is a sign that you have been meditating, you have meditated and then you sort of experience this kind of things. And it's also another sort of temporary experience. Very often that comes that meditators, So this kind of experience actually happens to not the temporary, but this when sometimes you experience that you have a fear, right? It's kind of you lose something, or there's a nothing essence, This kind of experience actually happened to a student who really don't practice preliminaries, or a student who tend to contact only the empty side of the mind, or empty part of the mind, empty part of, when you meditate like that, you just relax and you rest, right? You resting on empty space, which is there is no thoughts or something like that, right? So you meditate a lot of that. You kind of very close to see the ultimate the reality. You are not there, but you can see the empty part, right? So that makes sometimes, people get a little bit uncomfortable and kind of brings you sort of fear. That means really don't understand exactly the nature mind. The nature mind is the what do you call it? The unified, the union of emptiness and appearances. Oh, that's I'm looking for. If you understand correctly, perfectly, the union of emptiness and appearances, then there is no fear, no experience, this kind of temporary experience. You will be fine. But most people really don't understand. Most people understand the empty part. When you meditate, kind of empty part, you will see, you will experience that, but not the union of appearance and emptiness. Then there is a problem. You missing this nature. This is true nature. True nature of everything. What is the true nature? True nature is the union of emptiness and appearance. Or another way to say, like the union of relative truth and ultimate truth. If you don't have that recognition or realization, then sometimes I know I have a problem. People have a problem with their meditation. Oh, I'm a little bit afraid in my meditation because sometimes I lose myself. There is a no, there is a not me. I'm died or something, you know. There is a not. It looks, everything is empty, right? It's wrong meditation. That's why practice preliminary is so important. Without practice preliminary, I guarantee, never ever understand the union of emptiness and appearances. Maybe, of course, intellectually, but not experientially. And this is so important. I mean, people like to practice, you know, that's wonderful, you know. But you need to practice correctly. Otherwise, you will find this kind of strange experience, you know. So that's why it's always important to follow your teacher's instructions. That's why always we practice Guru Yoga. That's why always we try to find a good teacher, right? Without a good teacher, you don't know. You don't know how to practice. And when you practice and then you experience these kind of things, then you have to talk with your teacher, and they will give you the instruction. Okay, you find this experience, you have to do this and that. They will tell you. So that's why, very important. You know? Don't practice the empty part of the mind, empty part of the things. If you really want to practice Dzogchen, you have to practice the union of emptiness and appearance. If you practice this correctly, then it brings compassion, brings wisdom, of course. Otherwise, it will bring fear, afraid. You know, you lose your life. You feel lonely. Nothing is essence. Nothing is important. Everything is like become empty. What is that? That's not Buddhist practice. Very important. Some people have that problem. I know that's what makes sure that you really understand correctly. And another thing I want to make clear that when we say you should help others, we always say that, right? But it's important to understand that what is meaning to help others. Because, you know, sometimes people heard that the teachings of bodhicitta, and especially, you know, practice and action bodhicitta, remember? Not aspiration bodhicitta, but the action bodhicitta. We practice 6 paramatas, generosity, patience, all this action bodhicitta, application. So, and then people think, oh, I have to do something, help something, right? And then people also think, I need to help others because I'm a Buddhist, and I must help others. And I will try sort of, even though I don't have the capacity, you know. People think that when they hear the teachings of action bodhicitta, and when they practice action bodhicitta, they really want to do something. But they don't have capacity yet. So I think that's a little bit wrong sort of intention, you know. Because if you don't have the capacity and try to help, it didn't work, sometimes it didn't work, and then you may be suffering. Maybe, you know, it's difficult, you know. So if you really want to help others, then it is very important you should follow that, whatever is your capacity to help. Helping doesn't necessarily mean doing great things or big help or big things. You can do little things to help them, you know. If you really want to help, just you have to start help others little by little, you know. Whatever is your capacity to help is good, right? And if you can't help because you don't have the capacity, then it's just fine to practice aspiration bodhicitta. You don't have to help if you don't have capacity. You just practice aspiration bodhicitta. I know some people doing these kind of things. That's why make sure you understand. Some people kind of very new Buddhist, and then we talk about, especially me, always talk about bodhicitta, always aspiration and action bodhicitta. And people practice aspiration very well for measurables, compassion, joy, all of this, and then they think, oh, I have to do something to help, and then it didn't work. Instead, they were suffering because they did that. That happened. This big, the bodhisattvas, they have the capacity, right? So that's why Buddha said that. For example, generosity. The first water you need, this candy. Oh, this you visualize. This is another person. This is you. So you give this person. I mean, use your two hands. Visualize that. You have to practice first. Don't really do it. And generosity. Okay, I give this person. Think about, oh, this person is very difficult, suffering. And then maybe give this a little bit bigger. You know, you just try to meditate that many times. And once you're feeling that, you know, oh, maybe I really can give this person, then you should, right? Otherwise, without capacity, I know some people will stagger there, and then worries and suffering is because they did that. They, you know, so it's very important. Okay, it's very important to follow your capacity. Now, meditate for a few minutes. Sit your, comfortable, both your body and mind. During meditation, sometimes there are different feelings and different thoughts will definitely arise. But you should recognize them, your feeling, your thoughts, okay? And the important thing is not to let any feeling or any thought arise without recognizing, when you meditate. That's you need. You understand that? Of course you do. I don't say that. Don't let arise your thoughts when you meditate. I never say that. I can't say that. If I say it, doesn't work. But when I say when you meditate, don't let any feeling, any thought, good feeling, bad feeling, any thought that without recognizing. That's easy, right? When your thoughts arise, and then you have to recognize. They will disappear. No longer there. And then relax, right? Relax that moment. Enjoy. For example, when a feeling of sadness arises, immediately recognize it, and then just to relax there. Once you recognize it, it's go away. It's no longer there. And then just you have to relax there. By doing it over and over again, your meditation practice begin to sort of train you how to stay without sort of wander away, Will understand the essence of your thought, your feeling, your meditation. So this kind of meditation sort of trains you to be sort of really mindful, present, in each moment with your awareness. And with a greater sense of openness, of heart, and with sort of clear seeing. Otherwise, if you follow your thoughts and don't recognize, just to follow, then never relaxed, never experience the peace of mind. So in this way, really meditation can help you to discover the inner peace, freedom, and happiness. Do you understand what I'm saying? When your thoughts arise, recognize and just relax, then you will experience the peacefulness, After which always say, make sure that your peacefulness in your mind when you meditate. How peacefulness in my mind? Because you have to recognize your thoughts, the essence of your thoughts. They disappear and relax there. It's easy, relax. And then thoughts arise again, and then recognize and relax there. Do that like over again and again and again and again and again. So today, we should practice, remember, the breath practice in 3 stages. I give this name. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's kind of, 3 stages, which means, the breathe in, 1, breathe in, 1, breathe out, 1, and then pause between breathe in and out. So that's I called practice in 3 stages. Breathe in and out, and then pause. It's very easy. So when you breathe in very gently, you don't need to change anything, okay? You just need relax and comfortable, both your body and mind, and then breathe in. Gently. And then pause your breath. And let your breath dissolve into your mind, which means you should let go your breath at this point. Do you understand? When you breathe in and then pause, which means you are not focused on your breath anymore. You just let it go, right? And you should look deeply into your nature and relax on that. Slowly allow yourself to enter more deeply into awareness. And then breathe out. And then if you want breathe out, just pause. And then let go your breath. And when you're ready, breathe in. And then pause means just to relax and see and deeper, into in the nature, this, the relaxation or peacefulness, whatever you call it, clarity or whatever you call it, nature mind, whatever, just to relax there. And then breathe out. So in order to meditate this, do not follow the thoughts of the past or in the future. No, not follow. Just to recognize when your thoughts arise, just recognize, and then just to remain in the present moment and with your whole sort of strength and focus on the mind. Okay, understand? Meditate a few minutes on this. Just to breathe in. You don't have to change anything. Just normal, Just to relax and breathe in. And then pause. And arise, when the thoughts arise, and just recognize and let go and relax. And then breathe out. 20 minutes.